Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. About me, I'm Sandeep Bhushan Thummala and my credentials are I have 10 years of teaching experience for civil services. I teach international relations and internal security and analysis of the Hindu newspaper. And this session will help you to crack prelims as well as mains examinations. That is, I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases wherein I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases which will be very useful in regards to identifying the factual and analytical questions. So thereby, by emphasizing throughout my lecture, I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases which will be certainly important in identifying the factual and analytical questions for prelims point of view. So definitely my session will be useful for prelims examination point of view as well as the students when they are into the mode of imbibing the keywords and the key phrases in their answer writing, that is for the mains examinations. So definitely their answer writings, that is in the mains examination, would be precise and concise. So definitely the answers for the mains would be precise and concise when you are into the mode of imbibing the keywords and the key phrases in your mains examination. So thereby you will score more marks in the mains examination. So definitely my session will help you to crack prelims and mains both for 2020, and it will be useful for even 2021 also. But prior to that, you have a notification that is in regards to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, which is India's largest learning platform. And once you get subscribed to this, you will have unlimited live and recorded courses from the India's best educators. And the privileges you get once you subscribe are the daily live classes, live testing quizzes, structured courses, and also the unlimited access to the live and recorded courses. And these are the top educators, which I can see it on your screen. And in regards to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, the courses offered are economy, environment and ecology, current affairs, and also which you can see it on your screen. Along with that, you have the essay writing, internal security, social issues, and all of this courses which you can also see it on your screen. And in regards to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English subscription, you have 12 months of subscription, wherein the original price is 44,000, and once you use my code while subscribing, that is SBT10, that is Sandeep Bhushan Thummala 10, then you will get 10% discount on the original price, that is 44,000, and the discounted price would be 39,600. So do take the advantage of subscribing by using my code SBT, wherein you will get 10% off on the 44,000 and the discounted price would be 39,600. So thereby you also have, along with the 12 months, you have the 24-month subscription, wherein the original price is 64,000. In regards to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English subscription, you can use my code SBT10 while you are subscribing for 24 months, so that you will avail 10% discount on the original price, that is 64,000, and the discounted price would be, once you use my code SBT10, your discounted price would be 57,600. So definitely try to take the maximum benefit of using my code SBT10 while you are going ahead with the subscription, that is for 12 month subscription, and also in regards to the 24-month subscription. Do not forget to use my code SBT10 to avail 10% discount on the original price. And this session is in regards to the analysis of the Hindu newspaper. I reiterate my tagline, that is, I keep on emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases. I keep on emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases, which will be certainly useful for prelims as well as mains examination. And before I get into the topic, that is in regards to today's discussion, analysis of the Hindu newspaper, first I would say very good morning to everyone who is in the live and also in the live chat. Very good morning to all. Johan, Tarun Reddy, Venkatesh, Malvika, Travani, Nayana Mondal. Very good morning. I think Nayana, your first time you're attending my class. Very good morning to you, Nayana. Very good morning to you. I hope it's first time you're attending my class live chat. So now I'll get into the topic, that is the newspaper which talks about the Supreme Court allows firms to negotiate staff and lockdown wages. So definitely there is, or there was a government's notification. There was a government's notification on March 29. So before we get into what actually the Supreme Court is actually come up with the Supreme Court asking the staffs to negotiate. So prior to that, we'll get into the mode, that is there was on March 29 there was government notification on March 29 saying that the employees have to make the full or pay the full wages to the workers. So it was in regards to the paying the full wages to the workers. So that was been given by a government notification on March 29th. On March 29th. So definitely we are going back to March month, as this is June. And today on that is on June 12th, the Supreme Court has asked the factory owners and other private industrial establishments, the one who are actually in the mode of actually functioning the entire situation, that is in regards to providing the jobs, the Supreme Court very clearly says that they have to get into the mode of negotiating. So the Supreme Court is saying you get into the mode of negotiations and enter into settlements with the workers, that is in regards to the payments of wages. So definitely on March 29th, the government notification says that, or it compelled the establishments or factory owners to pay the full wages to the workers, and then the notification was rescinded or revoked or repealed on May 17th. So definitely March 29th is the one which the government has come up with the notification, and on again May 17th the government has revoked or repealed the kind of government notification which has been come up by the government itself in regards to paying the full wages. And again on June 12th, that is yesterday, we have seen again the Supreme Court asking the factory owners and the private industrial establishment to come up with the negotiations so that they can enter into a settlement in regards to the payment of the wages. So definitely the Supreme Court or the bench led by the Justice Ashok Bhushan has observed that industries cannot survive without the laborers and workers. So definitely it is an win-win situation between the laborers and the workers. That is even the factory owners and the private establishments along with the laborers. So it is a win-win situation. So thereby it is very important the Supreme Court has made it very clear that they have to come to a terms, negotiate, and then enter into the settlements in regards to the payment of wages. This is in regards to the court order. Yesterday's court order is in regards to the petition filed by the industry owners. Please do understand, it was a petition filed by the industry owners on the March 29th government notification. So March 29th government notification, again on May 17th the notification was revoked, and again on June 12th, that is yesterday, the Supreme Court has asked the factory owners to go ahead with the negotiation. So definitely this is a situation wherein the government, the Supreme Court is also looking into the both the workers and the factory owners, both the workers and the factory owners also. So before I get into the next topic, I would say very good morning to even Siddharthan, Rahul, Anjali, and Madhu also. Very good morning to you all being part of it. And today, the first topic I have taken up. This is the Supreme Court has ordered both the factory owners and the industrial establishment, private industrial establishment, that they have to come up with the and settlement negotiation in regards to payment of the wages to the workers. And David Paul also has joined. Very good morning to everyone. Very good morning to everyone. So this is in regards to the Supreme Court giving an order to the factory owners and other private industrial establishments. And there is one more news which talks about the government puts off decision on states GST dues till July. So definitely the government, that is the central government, has come up with that the central government has to give the states the GST dues. So that has been put forth, or it has been off for some time. So definitely the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has gone ahead with a GST Council meeting. So definitely you have a GST Council. You have GST, that is Goods and Services Tax, wherein all the various taxes were subsumed under one tax, and then the one tax which has been brought up by the India government is called as the GST tax. Is called as the GST tax, that is Goods and Services Tax, wherein all the various taxes have been consumed under one tax, that is GST tax. And for that you have also a council. Why council? Because any kind of issues which are pertaining, which erupt between the center and the states in regards to the taxes or in regards to the collection and then appropriation of the taxes. So definitely the GST Council will resolve the issues which are definitely in the mode of erupting between the center and the state. So the Nirmala Sitharaman has gone ahead with the meeting, that is the GST Council meeting, and said that the GST collections in the past 2 months, that is April and May, the past two collections have only reached up to 45% of the target amount. So definitely because of the national lockdown or because of the COVID-19 situation, we can see that the entire economy has come to a standstill. Not only that, the revenue collections for the states itself or states revenue collection, we are not talking about the GST, states revenue collections, for example property tax or in regards to the registration tax, registrations, vehicle registrations, land registrations. So all these have been come down drastically. That is, revenue collection has been come down drastically. Along with that, the center which has to give the compensation, or that is in regards to the GST compensation to the states, are also due. And Nirmala Sitharaman makes it very clear that GST collection in the past 2 months have been reached only 45% of the target which they have. That is why they have said that the government put up decision on state GST due till July. So definitely, as the collections are not really in tune with what the target they have to actually collect, so definitely the center is also unable to provide or compensate the state's GST. And definitely we see the shortfall in revenue. Therefore, the council said that it will again meet in the month of July to discuss what? To discuss the issue of compensation cess. So this is very important keyword, key phrase or keyword. So the center has to go ahead with the compensation cess and dues to the states. So compensation as cess and the dues which the center is bound to be paying to the states have been put off, and the center, that is the finance minister or the ministry, is also taking into consideration that the possibility of borrowing money from the market to meet this due. So definitely, as the collection is only 45 percentage of the target amount for the last 2 months, so therefore the center is also not having the money, that is the revenue, to provide or to issue or to give it to the states, that is in regards to the compensation cess and the dues which are to be given to the states. And what the finance minister is also talking about is the possibility of borrowing money from the market. Why? Because whenever there is no market, you can borrow the money. Whenever there is no money with the states can borrow the money from the market. That is what the finance minister is also coming up with the possibility of borrowing money. This is again a keyword which please do take it into consideration as an economic concept. Borrowing money from the markets to meet these dues. So whatever dues are there, definitely the states and the possibility. I mean, this definitely they can go ahead with primary markets. In the primary markets or primary stock markets, they can go ahead with pumping the money from the market, and then they can resolve the or try to cut short or fill the gap in regards to the shortfall in revenue. And the council has approved measures to ease tax compliance. So definitely the GST council which has met, it has gone ahead with making sure that it will ease the tax compliance. So definitely the taxes which they have to file, that is the tax returns, all they would ease the tax compliance. That means the rules and regulations would be eased. So what is this? It is in regards to the reduction in the late fees. So definitely there would be a late fees when in regards to filing the income tax, filing the income tax. So definitely the government has gone ahead taking the measures, or else government in the sense here the GST council has gone ahead with taking measures in regards to easing the tax compliance. This is important key phrase, easing the tax compliance. So easing the tax compliance, and the other one is in regards to the reduction of the late fees for the post returns, that is income tax, filing of income tax returns, and also in regards to the COVID-19 related relief. So definitely it is in regards to the COVID-19 relief also which is given to the small taxpayers. So one is in regards to the easing of, this is first one, easing of tax compliance, the measures, slew of measures taken by the council. The second one is reduction in the late fees for the one who is going ahead with the filing of returns, and the third one is COVID-19 related relief for the small taxpayers. So please do take it into consideration, these three measures which have been taken up by the GST Council. Why the GST Council? And these are very, very important, because you please try to make it note in your answer in your book itself, because tomorrow you can make it part of your answer. You can put it this as a part of your answer. The slew of measures taken by the council is the ease of tax compliance. Compliance is the rules and regulations, and reduction in late fees, one who is filing the tax income tax returns, and the COVID-19 relief for the small tax payers. And then Vanilla is also joined. Very good morning to you, Vanilla. We have just started. And GST collection data is usually released monthly. So we know that GST collection releases monthly. So it is in the monthly basis the GST collection data has been released, but no data has been released since April or May. So that is only for the month of March the GST data has been released, and since then there is no GST data which has been released from the finance ministry itself. And under the GST law, please do understand, this is very important. Under the GST law, the center has to pay. The center has to pay whom? The states. The center has to pay the states the full compensation. Full compensation until full compensation until 2022. Until 2022. So definitely this is very important. Under the GST law, the center has to pay the states the full compensation in regards to the shortfall of revenue wherein the states will occur because of the GST which has come into action, and the center will have the entire power in regards to the collection of the GST taxes, GST, and then later on it would be apportioned accordingly to the states. And in that regards, all the state finance ministers have said that because they would be losing the revenue, so they have all requested, they have put forward the demand that the center has to pay the full compensation whatever they would be losing or shortfall in revenue for the first 5 years. So definitely until 2022, the center, as per the GST law, the center has to pay states the full compensation, that is 100%. Full compensation here in the sense 100% of it, of the GST compensation cess and the dues have to be made or paid by the center towards the states. And this is very important. GST laws, please do take it into consideration. This could be very, very important for prelims point of view. Because there could be a question on the related, or which could be just based on that GST council has been, or meeting has been taken place, but no data is there. So we are looking at the GST law wherein the states center has to pay the states full compensation up to which year? 2022. Why I'm saying this is because could be based on the GST law or GST council, the UPSC can ask a question, which among the following statements are incorrect. And now we will look at the GST Council, which is not in the newspaper, but this I have taken this for your benefit, that is for the prelims point of view. If there is a question asked based on the GST Tax Council itself, GST Council itself, so definitely we will look at this. And this is a constitutional body. It is a constitutional body for making recommendations to the union and state government to issue related to GST. As I have said, it is a constitution body and it will look at all the issues which are pertaining between the center and state in regards to the goods and services tax. And it will be chaired by the union finance minister. And also you will have the other members chaired by the union finance ministers, and the members would be the state finance ministers plus the minister in charge for finance or taxation of all the states. So definitely you have the chairman as the union finance ministers and the members as the state finance ministers plus minister in charge for the finance or taxation of all the states. So state finance ministers plus minister in charge for the states, along with this will be the members, and it will be chaired by the union finance minister. And Manoj Valero has joined. Very good morning to you, Manoj. And we would be I'm taking up the analysis of the newspaper, that is I'm taking up now. The topic is goods and services tax council, which is not, what do you say, the meeting has taken place, but I'm taking for the benefit of the civil servant aspirants, you all, that it could be a probable question, because if it could be a probable question, then you need to know what is GST Council, when, what all that. So definitely it is a constitutional body, and it will resolve the issue any, or it will go ahead with any kind of recommendations between the center and the states which are pertaining to the GST, and it will be chaired by the Union Finance Minister, and the members would be State Finance Minister plus Minister of in charge for the states. And this is very very important for the polity point of view, polity prelims point of view. The bill was introduced in regards to the GST tax, that is the Constitution 122nd Amendment Bill, 122nd Constitution Amendment Bill, CAB, or Constitution Amendment Bill 2016 was introduced of introduction of goods and services tax in the country, and it was introduced in the parliament, passed in the Rajya Sabha. First it was passed in the Rajya Sabha, and then later on it was brought to the Lok Sabha. So definitely once it is passed in the Rajya Sabha, the numbers which the India government had not, I mean, did not really have the total strength then, but later on you have the full strength in the Lok Sabha. So first they could manage to pass it in the Rajya Sabha, and then they brought it to the Lok Sabha and it has been passed. But what is important, the passage of the bill is not really important, the dates and all that, but the constitutional amendment bill in regards to the GST, in regards to the GST bill I'm talking about, not act. So which is the bill? The Constitution 122nd Constitution Amendment Bill 2016. This is very important for prelims point of view. And in regards to the act, it is 101st Amendment Act, 101 First Amendment Act 2016. So these two are very very important. Bill is 122nd Constitution Amendment Bill 2016, and the Act is 101 Amendment Act. Please do take it into consideration for polity, that is prelims point of view. The bill is 122nd Amendment Bill. Do not get confused when it is given in the examination. Be with a thorough frame of mind. And the act is once the president accords the sign or assent, gives the assent, and it is notified as the Constitution, that is 101st Amendment Act 2016. And what are the article which is involved in regards to the GST Council? That is Article 279A of 1. And then within, what is 279A? That is within 60 days of the president assent, I mean constituted, GST Council has to be constituted within 60 days. So 279A is in regards to the constitution of the GST Council, in regards to the constitution of GST Council, within 60 days the assent, that is 101 Amendment Act 2016, within 60 days there has to be a GST Council as per 279A. And the amendment, this amendment constitution, that is GST Council, has to be constituted as per 279A. So definitely 279A is the one which is very very important in regards to the articles. So this, please do take it into consideration, which is not part of our newspaper, but I have taken this for the benefit of the all the viewers, that is the civil servant aspirant, especially the one who would be watching my sessions. And there is one more news which talks about man killed in Nepal police firing. Definitely this is a news, but it is not really in regards to the tensions between India and Nepal, that is in regards to the Kala Pani, or in regards to Lipu Lake, or in regards to the May 8th, wherein the defense minister has gone ahead with inaugurating the road link from Dathula to Lipu Lake link road, but it is not related to that. But it is definitely a kind of sense which would make a situation little bit worse if it is not handled properly. If it is not handled properly, and we have seen that 24-year-old man was killed in the clash between the between the two groups, that is the people working in the fields, that is Lambandi Janki Nagar, Lalbandi Janki Nagar. This is a place wherein there was a clash between two people which were, they were actually going ahead with working in the fields, but nothing to do in regards to the India Nepal border disputes. But we have seen that Nepal police has opened the fire, and then the 24-year-old man was killed because of the firing. And this is very clear that we have seen that there is a dispute between India and Nepal in regards to border dispute, that is especially Kalapani. And then Nepal has erected a new border security force at the Kalapani, that is the disputed area between India and Nepal. And then Divya Parab has joined. Divya, very good morning to you. And then Sitam, actually this has been taken up, I mean the shooting has taken up at the Sitamarhi district of Bihar. So we'll just look at, for the benefit of the viewers, that it is bordering Nepal. So Sitamarhi is the Bihar, almost north of the Bihar, and then which is bordering Nepal. Nepal. And then Nepal shares 1850 kilometers open border with India, and definitely we have people traveling across India and Nepal. And then many districts of Bihar also have this kinship ties with the Nepal. So definitely we have this people to people contact with India and Nepal, but we have seen the government to government contact is the one which is deteriorating because of the India Nepal border dispute, but that is because of the Kalapani and then Limpiadura, and also in regards to the Lipu Lake also. And Nepal has closed its international border. So we have seen that Nepal has closed the international border with India on the March 22nd. Why? Because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So definitely there is a news in the there is a news in regards to the India Nepal, but that is nowhere related to the skirmishes between India and Nepal boundary. So we can see a Champaran here, Paschim Champaran and Purab Champaran. And this also, what do you say, history wise, we see Buxar, and then Nalanda we have here. So definitely you can Vaishali, Nalanda and the Patna here. So definitely you can have this the way you have from north to south, that is Sitamarhi, and then Shehor, Muzaffar, Vaishali, Patna, Nalanda and Navda. So definitely north to south we have this. So better for the just for uh, geography map based. And then there is one more news which talks about the Beijing think tank raises Article 370. So definitely there is a sense of a discomfort from China from the time we have gone ahead with the abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35A on August 5th, 2019. In the Parliament, we have gone ahead with the Parliament, or else we have totally taken into consideration of the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, and that is not really worried about, that really doesn't make any worry in regards to the China. But what is important is after the abrogation of Article 370, we have come up with a new map. We have come up with a new map wherein in the new map we have shown Ladakh, and then Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir as the new union territories because of the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act. Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act. We have gone ahead with splitting the Jammu and Kashmir state into two union territories, that is Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. And we have also shown in the new map the Ladakh, the Aksai Chin region as part of the Ladakh union territory, and that is all. That is a cause of concern for China. That is a cause of concern for China. That is Aksai Chin region, showing it as part of the Ladakh, and also the Union Home Minister has also made it very clear in a statement in the Parliament, saying that if it's possible, we also will take away the Aksai Chin from the Aksai Chin, and that is definitely part of the Indian integral part. So that has actually created tension, and there is a report actually which is authored by, or an article which has been taken up by the Chinese think tank, which says that the current tension along the LAC, what we have been discussing almost to 10 days or so, that is because of the last year's India's dilution of Article 370 and changing the status of Jammu and Kashmir. Why? Because of the new map. Because of the new map. We have seen this one, and also in the new map, the Talapani was also being shown as the Pitturgarh district, of Uttarakhand. So definitely the issue in regards to India and Nepal, and also in regards to the India and China, goes back, or it is linked to the dilution of Article 370, and also in regards to the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, and the coming up of new map, that is in regards to Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir as the union territory. And this article very clearly states that the move is a joint challenge. What is a move? That is abrogation of Article 370 and the status of Jammu and Kashmir. That is making sure that the Jammu and Kashmir has been divided, split into two union territories, that is in regards to the Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir, and showing the Aksai Chin as a part of the Ladakh Union Territory. And it says, the report says that it is a joint challenge to China and Pakistan. Look at here, the report that is in regards to the China's think tank has brought in both together, and then they're trying to put pressure on India in regards to the China and Pakistan coming together. And they also say that it is a challenge to the sovereignty of Pakistan and also China. So definitely even Gilgit and Baltistan is part of the now Ladakh. So definitely there is a sense that the Aksai Chin, Gilgit and Baltistan, we have seen even the Indian Meteorological Department, IMD, has also forecasted the weather even for Gilgit and Baltistan. So all these are making it very clear that there would be a kind of what you say tense situation taken into consideration from China. That is as per the report and the article by the Chinese think tank. And this report was first published on June 4th, but it has what do you say come to light only yesterday. And the article was authored by Wang Shida, which is, we are not really worried about the one who has been authored, but we are worried about this. That is, who is the Deputy Director of Institute of South Asian Studies. So we are worried about this as per mains point of view. So it is he is the director of the Institute of South Asian Studies. Institute of South Asian Studies at what? China Institutes of Contemporary International Relations. So that is in regards to the China Institutes of Contemporary International Relations, wherein it is at this you have the Institute of South Asian Studies, and the director of that article is Wang Shida. Wang Shida. So definitely we are not worried about the name, but we are worried about the Institute of South Asian Studies. This key phrase, Institute of South Asian Studies, and other one key phrase is in regards to the China Institute of Contemporary International Relations. And these two key phrases are very important for mains point of view. While you are writing, you can include these key phrases very clearly. And then the CICIR is a Beijing based think tank. Please do understand why I'm saying this is very important is it is a Beijing based think tank which is affiliated to Ministry of State Security of China, wherein it is a China's top intelligence body. Which is the top China's intelligence body? It is the think tank that is affiliated to Ministry of State Security, which is China's top intelligence body. So definitely we have to really concentrate on CICIR in regards to prelims as well as mains while you are writing an answer. And China has opposed the Ladakh map, including Aksai Chin, as I've said. So definitely this is the one which is very, very important in regards to making it very clear what is the, I mean, we are not really getting into the authenticity of the report or the article, but what is important is, yes, definitely the map has been the new map has been come up because of the abrogation of article 370 and 35A. We are worried about that. And then what we are also talking about is the Institute of South Asian Studies and the China Institute of Contemporary International Relations. And then this CICIR is a Beijing based think tank which is a China's top intelligence body. And there is one more news. Okay, I'll take up that point. Bilaspur, first of all, Bilaspur, very good morning to you. Bilaspur, very good morning to you. Uh, I'll answer to that once I finish. Give me some couple of minutes of time. I will answer to that your point. And there is one more news which talks about new virus cases are rising, and it is a fear in Beijing once again, which is again a fear. Minute, extremely sorry. So there is a new virus cases which is rising fears in Beijing, and we have seen Beijing that is they have closed two markets. They have closed two markets on June 12th. Why? And they have also delayed the return of students of the primary schools. So why? Because they have seen the three fresh COVID-19 cases in the capital of China, that is in Beijing. So definitely it is a cause of concern. And the first after 2 months of no infection. So definitely they had made sure that for the first, after the almost 76 days lockdown. Later on, they have gone ahead with the unlock, and then since then there was no infection cases. And after 2 months, they have experienced three fresh COVID-19 cases in the capital, that is in Beijing. That is why they have closed the two markets and also the primary schools. And this raises fears of resurgence. Resurgence in the sense spike once again spike, or else second spike, second spike. And China is largely dominated by domestic COVID-19 infection under control. So definitely we have seen it has controlled the domestic COVID-19 cases since almost 2 months. But because of these two markets, and the three fresh cases in the two markets have really created a cause of panic and then fears because of the resurgence of the COVID-19 or SARS-CoV-2 virus itself. And the two latest patients are employees of China Meat Research Center. So China Meat Research Center. So definitely again there is an we have seen first one, it was in the Wuhan, that is in the wet market of Wuhan. We have seen the cases have erupted or started from the Wuhan wet market, and now again we have seen the latest two patients are from the employees of the China Meat Research Center, and that is very clearly stating that how they are actually trying to handle the wet market is a cause of concern. Handling the wet market is a cause of concern now, definitely in China. Because of that, we are seeing the surge or resurgence of the cases in the Beijing once again, and Beijing's Fatty meat wholesale market and then Jingshan seafood market. So these are the two markets which are being closed on June 12th because of the spread of the virus, and also they are going ahead for disinfection on and environmental sample collection. So definitely the news is in regards to the virus is again resurgence in the, not in Wuhan this time, but in the Beijing this time. So definitely there could be a possibility it is a second spike which is happening in China, and definitely it is a cause of concern to China as well as to various other countries, because all other countries across the globe are reeling under pressure because of the SARS-CoV-2, and definitely once it's calmed down there could be a second spike also in many countries, And MK Meal has also joined. Very good morning to MK Meal. I've actually just finished MK Meal. Very good morning to you, MK Mill, and my class starts at 7:30 a.m. My class starts at 7:30 a.m. MK Mill, and if possible, make sure that tomorrow you can join my class at 7:30 to 8:15. I will take up the class, and then I think that we have taken in regards to the prelims point of view, focusing on the polity, Supreme Court verdicts, and also in regards to international relations. So we are definitely in regards to emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases which are really important and for the identifying the factual and analytical question for prelims point of view and also mains point of view. So make sure that before you log out, you like the video, share the video, and subscribe the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel. And then while you are subscribing for 12 months or 24 months, use my code SBT10, that is Sandeep Bhushan Thummala 10, wherein you will get 10% discount on the original price. And then whenever, if you haven't downloaded the Unacademy Learners app, do download and then be part of the Unacademy special classes, and then you can have access to various courses by various educators, and also have access to the UPSC CS English in 10 minutes. Nagraj has also joined. Good morning to you, Nagraj. And I'm just winding up my session. My session starts at 7:30 a.m. The newspaper analysis starts at 7:30 a.m. Newspaper analysis starts at 7:30 a.m. And in again at 10:15, I will be back again at 10:15 in regards to the editorials and articles. In-depth analysis of editorials and articles. Again, I will be at 10:15 a.m. And the first one is at 7:30 a.m. That is the newspaper analysis. So I would say thank you and all the best. And also you can link to me, connect to me. That is in regards to the Telegram link. My Telegram link is t.me/Sandeep Bhushan SBT. t.me/Sandeep Bhushan SBT. And any doubts, For further clarification in regards to the topics or subject, you can message to my WhatsApp number, that is 9292003111. And I would say thank you and all the best for your examination. And coming to this point, Bilaspur, GGU Bilaspur, I said, sir, is Vision IAS magazine is good for current affairs. So what I would say is, definitely I would make sure that Unacademy is the best one, and whatever you are having the mock test or also in regards to multiple choice questions in the Unacademy platform, in the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, and also the various 10 minutes videos which are also there in the Unacademy Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, and also all the sessions which are from or various other topics will be definitely useful for you in regards to cracking civil services examination, focusing on the current affairs. So definitely Unacademy, that is Let's Crack UPSC Civil Services channel, will be beneficial, and it will be sufficient or suffice along with you having having a parallel reading of the newspaper. Bilaspur, I think you have got the point. And I would thank everyone. I would thank everyone. That is Johan, Tarun, Venkatesh, Malvika, Hemant, Shravani, Nayana, Mondal, Siddharthan, Rahul, Anjali, Madhu, David, Vanilla, Manoj, Divya, Bilaspur, MK Meal, everyone, what do you say, thank you and all the best for your preparation. Do get into the right mode, have the consistency, and then make sure that you are also taking care of your health, that is in regards to proper diet. Physically and mentally be fit to crack civil services examination. And then see you at again 10:15 a.m. 10:15 a.m. in regards to the in-depth analysis of editorials and articles. See you at 10:15 a.m. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all.